All right, Shalom. I want to start off, man, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, HaKodash. Double is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elector, right? Once again, man, not here on the highways and byways to do the will of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. And I also want to say Salakia, man, been dealing with some stuff behind the scene and hindering me from coming to camp, but everything is good and settled, But most I know what's going on, but just glad to be back out here, bro. The preacher word of Yahweh Bashim Shai to fish for the elect amongst you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Also, here to preach the continuing downfall of this current world and also this current kingdom known as America, all right? Which in the Bible has many code names. One of the major names is Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon, all right? The virgin daughter of Babylon. This is this place, all right? And it's controlled by the Edomites. Now, who are the Edomites, you might ask? The Edomites are what we call white people or Caucasian or Europeans today, okay? They make up the bulk of the Edomites. Now, every white person you see is not an Edomite, right? Because Esau has mingled his seed. No, excuse me. Esau has mingled amongst the nations, right? And you have Jakes who have children that look like Edomites. You got other nations who mingle with Edomites, man. So it's just something you got to consider, when you're dealing with Edomites, right? They have mingled among the heathen, man. But nevertheless, bro, we're here to condemn you Edomites and to let y'all know, man, that your kingdom is finished, okay? This joy, this so-called whatever BS over here in America you call fun is coming to an end, man. As the world continue on, with their day out here in Houston, you got the rodeo going on. So everybody's in a festive spirit, not considering what's going on over in the Middle East is going to have major effects to the American society, man, right? The economy. We see gas slowly going up. Donald Trump said that he noticed that gas is going up, right, because of the Persians, known as the Iranians today, right? The Persians has closed the Strait of Hormuz. And they said that oil would go up $200 a barrel. That's not good for the world economy, okay? You had this Asian guy, the elder brother, Ariala from Dallas, had to respond to his video. I had seen this video as well, but he was talking about the impact that will be upon the world and the chaos that it will cause if this war continues and the Strait of Hormuz is closed. All right. I was also listening to Jeffrey Sachs. He was getting interviewed, and he said the same thing, that what's happening right now in the Middle East between America and Persia, right? The small hats over there, who are also Edomites. If that war continues and the Strait of Hormuz is closed and, the price of oil goes up, it's going to cause chaos in the global economy, man. In which that situation seems as if these Edomites are doing this on purpose to bring in this digital control grid, all right? That's what it's looking like, man. If you're paying attention, Esau is finna collapse this current system, okay? That's what's about to happen. Donald Trump has given these tech geeks, right, these AI companies, the green light, okay, to build data centers all around America, to pretty much have no regulations on them doing whatever they need to do to build this digital control grid. All right. Out here in Texas, you have OpenAI. They have a major data center about 5 hours from Houston here, which is actually close to Dallas. But they have a major data center that they're building, man. That's major, and it can collect a lot of data, man. Store a lot of data for AI, okay, and pretty much for this digital prison that's about to be set up here in the near future, man. And the world is completely, clueless to what's happening, okay? They have no clue, man. But hey, that's the Most High that got these people in a spirit of slumber and darkness, man, as it says in Isaiah 60. These people are in gross darkness, bro. They don't realize that what's happening right now is going to affect the whole world, okay? We see what Esau doing, man. The Lord is making this man show his hand, right? Why? Because it's time, man. We ain't gonna be in America forever, bro. Suffering this BS we gotta suffer, bro. The Lord is moving things, man. Most High getting ready to free his people, right? And not all of Jake, okay, but the elect. The Lord getting ready to come and save his elect, man. And destroy 2/3 of Israel, right over here in America, and destroy the heathen. That's what's going down, man. All right? The Most High is making moves, man. And all praise to you, how about Shai, for getting active, man. All right? For working. For showing us that, hey, it's time, man. And as a believer, you should be elated, okay? Nothing should stop your shine, man. Your grind, your faith, okay? You should be happy, man. The world is in chaos. The world is sad, bro. You know? They confused about what's going to happen. You listen to these people on these interviews, you know? They're confused about the future, man. We're not. Because we have the word of the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get Isaiah 40, 46. We have insight to the future, man. And that's all because the Heavenly Father has given us his spirit, bro. Real quick, let me get Isaiah 46, and then I get a scripture to back up what I just said about us having insight on the future, pretty much, right? This is Isaiah chapter 46, NLT Bible, and let me see here. Let's start at verse 9, right? Isaiah 46, verse 9 says, "Remember the things I have done in the past, for I alone am the Most High. I am God, and there is none like me. Only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass, for I do whatever I wish." So the Most High gives his prophets the future, man. Insight to things to come. This is how we get the Bible, okay? The Lord gave different Israelite men prophecies, man, about this current system, about the kingdom of heaven, about the destruction, deliverance, Jacob's trouble, the MOTB. I mean, he gave different prophets each portion, man, of the spirit. And they was able to write down the future, bro. That prophecy of the MOTB, man, you know the Most High gave that to the Apostle John, bro. That's too accurate, bro. That's too accurate, okay? Well, I know such thing as too accurate with the Lord, you know, but to us, it's like, whoa, you know? That's spot on, man. Because guess what? The foundation of this digital control system, right, this control grid, is what? Digital currency, which is ultimately will be the MOTB. That's the root, the foundation of it, man. Because if they can control your spending, your buying, man, right, your selling, they got you, man. If they can take away financial autonomy from you, they got you, bro. And that's how it's going to be. In order to get the people to comply, They're gonna say, hey, either you do this or you can't buy nothing else. Take this digital ID. If you don't, you're a terrorist. You this, you that. You know, you're against America, right? Hey, they're gonna push all kind of propaganda, man. But guess what? It's going to work. And according to the scriptures, people will take it, right? The Apostle John, he saw people take the mark of the beast, man. He wrote it down, okay? So guess what? The vast majority of the world will comply. And they will take the mark of the beast, okay? And it's going to be crazy to see, right? It's going to be crazy to see, man, but people are going to be lined up from sea to shiny sea to get the mark of the beast, man, so that they can continue to live their so-called meaningless lives, man, all right? So they can go to the rodeo, you know? They want to go to the rodeo, man. So they going to take the MOTB, okay? Which, hey, look, brother, ain't nothing wrong with going to the rodeo, you know? You want to go to the rodeo, brother? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Pull up she said, oh my God, on your Facebook because she fine. Now, you would think that was Jake driving, playing loud music like that. That's two Edomites, bro. That's two young Edomite males riding around playing the trap music, man. They want to be Jake, bro. They want to be Jake so bad, bro. No, sir. No, sir, Esau. Your time is up, boy. Wow. Yeah, them two Edomites, man. Hey, Esau, your kingdom is finished, bro. All right? Don't try to cleave to Jake, you know, and, you know, so-called black culture to fit in and look cool by playing rap music or whatever, dancing to a TikTok. You niggas are finished, okay? But as I was saying, but ain't nothing wrong with going to the rodeo. If you go to the rodeo, you know what I'm saying, take your girl to the rodeo. That's on you, though, you know, if you go. I've been seeing TikToks about the rodeo. It's too packed. It's like, so you want to go, but it's like, there's too many people out there. There's too many people at the rodeo, okay? Shit, in Houston, period, man. Dealing with that traffic, you don't know what's what. It's terrible, you know, but you want to go to the rodeo, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. I wish I could go, but it's too packed, man. The rodeo ain't what it used to be. But anyway, so as it says here again, only I can tell you the future before it even happens. Everything I plan will come to pass, for I do whatever I wish. So these scriptures, these prophecies, man, that the Most High has given will come to pass. Whether you believe it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you recognize it or not, it's going to happen. But those of us who have the spirit, right, of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai, we see these prophecies popping off the page, man. Okay? And now everybody want to get biblical. This is why I named it that. Because all this week, you know, last week, all of a sudden, everybody a prophet. Everybody's a seer all of a sudden. Everybody can break down the scriptures and Revelation. And I'm like, hey, I thought the Bible was fake. I thought it was a white man book. I thought Shakespeare wrote it. Right? All these narratives about the scriptures. But now, since all hell is breaking loose over the Middle East and the fear of World War III, right? And, you know, attacks from Persia, now everybody want to get biblical. Everybody want to talk about Jesus and God and repenting, right? But before that, you know, it was cool, you know. Oh, God is fake, you know. Evolution, right? Darwinism, whatever, Islam. But now it's all about the Bible now, right? Matter of fact, look. I want to go something real quick. I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to ask Google. Are there any prophecies in evolution? It says evolutionary biology does not use prophecies in the mystical sense, but it makes highly accurate, testable scientific prediction based on models of natural selection, genetics, and fossils records. Sure, 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 Esau. But see, evolution, Darwinism, is held as high science in this Western world and these Western institutions, man. I mean, they talk about evolution like, it's just fact, you know. I don't know what Esau's obsession is with monkeys, all right, but this nigga he's obsessed with monkeys, man. Okay, he's a weirdo. But why don't they pull out Darwin's books and show us some prophecies, man? If Charles Darwin can tell us what happened 65 million years ago, right? If he can predict that accurately, surely Charles Darwin can tell us about the future, right? That's why I always ask people who believe in evolution. Okay, so if evolution is right, if it's accurate, okay, which is not accurate, because nobody has ever seen, tested, or observed, seen or observed the same thing, but nobody has observed or tested evolution. Nobody. But yet, it's facts. But then we said, well, we believe in God. They said, well, God not real. You can't prove God is real. But you can't prove evolution is real. You can't test it. You can't see it. So how you know? Well, we got the fossil records. That's a bunch of BS, man. I'm sure how much BS that is. Go on Netflix right now and watch that dinosaur documentary, man, with Morgan Freeman narrating, and I think Steven Spielberg made the actual little series, man. Now you go watch that BS, bro. Morgan Freeman talking like he know how the dinosaurs look, what they ate, how they sounded, their mating dance, and what they step to the left, step to the right. I'm like, bro, Esau is a damn fool. And he's a maniac. Can't nobody prove how a damn dinosaur sounded, bro. But Esau, you ask a child, how does a T-Rex sound? Of course, the child gonna say, "Rawr." You don't know how a T-Rex sounded or whatever, bro. But Esau got all these dinosaurs, right, in this documentary on Netflix, and they just breaking it down to you, brother. Now this happened 65 million years ago, hundreds of million years ago. They can accurately, tell you about that. But when it comes to the future, they don't know, right? These people are foolish, man. So there are no prophecies in evolution, okay? It's a bunch of mysticism. Evolution, okay, is an Edomite, you know, wet dream, pretty much, like Christianity. Christianity is an Edomite wet dream. Anything Esau can get off on, okay, he finished. But anyway, there are no prophecies in evolution and Darwinism. This is why y'all don't go to it when all hell break loose. Now, I'm going to pull up, let's see here. Are there any end-time prophecies in Hinduism? Okay. It says, yes, Hinduism features end-time prophecies centered on the end of the current age of vice and the arrival of Kalki, the 10th avatar of Vishnu. This is complete freaking madness. What the hell? It says prophecies predict a period of total moral decay after which Kalkai will appear on a white horse to destroy evil and restore righteousness, ushering in a new golden age. So they're trying to sound like the scriptures. They're trying to sound like the scriptures. Hey, hey, man, they're trying to sound like the scriptures, bro. Hey, look, Hinduism is trash. Okay, the hell they talking about? The arrival of Kalkai, right, brother? So Kalkai is coming back on a white horse to destroy evil and restore righteousness. Hey, man, you can tell that these heathens, all right, they took from the truth and just made up their own little BS, you know, from the time of Enoch, okay? They spoke about Yahushua, right? They knew about Yahushua in the time of Enoch, okay? That's in the book of Jude. So you can imagine, all right, the stories and the doctrines and the twisting and the turning of the truth, man, that these heathens have came up with, okay? This is why they try to say, oh, the Bible copies Egypt, you know, because in Egypt, you got Horus, or whoever this is, I don't know these niggas. I don't know. Horus or somebody. Some made up Egyptian idol, okay? He was born on the 25th of December. All right, he rose from the dead. He did this on the third day. He's the sun god and whatever, okay? Nobody is talking about Pan-Africanism right now, okay? Maybe Sarah Susan Seti. He might be the only nigga still talking about Pan-Africanism, okay? Pan-Africanism, Egyptology, Nubianism, all the African isms are trash, okay? There are no prophecies amongst Pan-Africanism. There are no prophecies amongst the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, okay? Matter of fact, let's ask Google. Are there end-time prophecies within the hieroglyphs of Egypt? Hold on, brother. It says yes. There are several texts often written in hieroglyph that contains what can be categorized as prophetic or apocalyptic literature from ancient Egypt. So they got prophecies of Nefertiti. Yeah, this is all Hamite doctrine. Okay, none of this shit is true. Some black Africans from whatever years ago, okay, made all this up in his head. Okay, none of it is true. None of it, right? Are there any end-time prophecies in Islam? If so, what are they? Okay. So, yes, Islam contains numerous prophecies in the Quran and Hadith, often referred to as signs of end times or proofs of prophethood. So they got the appearance of the Antichrist, right? They got the descent of our Lord Yahushua, Gog and Magog, beasts of the earth. So yeah, they try to cover from the scriptures. Islam is complete garbage, okay? So is Christianity and everything else. The world has taken our book, especially Christianity. There are about 40,000+ Christian denominations just from the Bible alone. 40,000, okay? These people are bugged out. They're bugged out, okay? But yet they try to come for the Israelites, who are the people of the book, who actually wrote the book, trying to tell them, no, you wrong. Tell us, oh yeah, y'all wrong, right? And we wrote the book. This is our book. These are our scriptures, nigga. This is our stuff. And you trying to tell us, yo, no, you wrong. Yo, that ain't where the Gentile gonna be saved too. You niggas are crazy. Okay? You're crazy. And what's his name? Uh, Deacon Hassad, right? I mean, not Deacon. What the nigga name? Deacon Hakab, brother Hassad. You guys are two lost souls. Okay? Two blind mice. This fool said Cornelius was an actual heathen. I can believe my ears. All right, what? So we're gonna go to Acts real quick. Let's go to Acts chapter 10, right? You guys are bugging out, man. It's like every week y'all come up with a new word. Well, it ain't new. Okay, it ain't new. But to y'all is new in changing your doctrine, you know, but they're gonna wax worse and worse. I believe personally, they're gonna stop calling on the name of the Lord soon. It always happens. Guys change the doctrine. Then how they change the doctrine, you know, they get disrespectful. Then the name of the Lord just go out the window, right? The same thing I've been seeing, man. All right, from my small time in the faith, I've been in the faith since 2012, bro. I've seen a lot of guys myself just go crazy, okay? Deviate from the doctrine, start talking mad, and they all just fall off, go back into the world, okay? Or go do something else, you know, whatever, you know, or become a pastor, whatever. These guys are crazy as hell, man. But anyway, so when you go to Acts 10, right? We know this chapter is talking about Cornelius, okay? And when our brother Hassad got to Acts chapter 10 and verse 28, right? I'll read it. Acts 10:28. It says, and he said unto them, you know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So when Brother Hassan read this, he said, you see, it referred to pretty much, you know, Cornelius as another nation, as if he's a non-Israelite, right? And that's how they pretty much broke it down, okay? They said, well, it says another nation, and I've seen Christians try to use this talking point too. Because it says another nation, then there has to be a non-Israelite, right? Peter said this, okay? When he said this, all right, he didn't say, "Oh, you're another nation." Like he didn't call him a actual whatever, you know, a Edomite or something. No, Peter didn't say that, okay? But it's important you go into these words because some people can get fooled and actually, you know, get bamboozled by the many words of Brother Hassad and Deacon Hakah, right? The many words of scholarly speaking, so to speak, right? Because those guys are orators, you know? They can talk good. But they ain't too bright up here, you know? So we're going to read this, man, and get some understanding, right? So Acts 10:28, he says, and he said unto them, you know how that is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew, meaning that he you know, so he was raised in the law, all right? He kept the customs of the law. So he knew all about the Lord, man. The clean, the unclean, all that stuff, right? So he said it was unlawful for him to keep company or come up to one of another nation. Now, when you go into this word, another nation, right? And I actually did this with a Christian, okay? And when I did this, he said, this is a root fallacy, right? Because I looked the word up, he said there were root fallacy. I'm like, what, nigga? But Esau just make up shit, okay? Bro, I never heard root fallacy before. I'm like, okay, that's a new one to me. He said that is root fallacy. I'm like, yeah, boy, you going into slavery. You you going to slavery, so. I mean, a straight demon. So you look this word up here, okay? This is G24. Excuse me, G246, right?
Strong's G246.
Right. So it says alophilos, and here in the outline biblical usage, it just says foreign, right? Just say foreign. Doesn't say heathen or doesn't say is it Edomite or is it J. It just say foreign. But you go to the strong definition here. It says foreign, i.e., especially Gentile, one of another nation, right? This is how they translate it. But here in the root word etymology, okay, you can see that it's a compound word. You got G243 and G5443. So this is where the word another nation come from, or they got it from. Okay. So I'm gonna click on G243, right?
Strong's G243. Allos.
It says allos, another, other. Okay. So that's the first word. And then you click on the second word here, G5443, for the word nation, right? Because it says another nation. So here,
Strong's G5443.
Fule,
Fule.
right? And I'm just playing it, just for educational purposes, right? But this a whole bunch of times. So the word is Fule, right? And here in the outline biblical usage, it says a tribe in the New Testament, right? The book of Acts is New Testament, right? When you Christians agree to that? In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch David, Jacob, of the patriarch Jacob, a nation people. Strong definition, it says an offshoot, i.e. race or clan, kindred, tribe. So when Peter said that to Cornelius, okay, Cornelius was an Israelite, but Cornelius wasn't raised in the customs of the law, okay? He wasn't raised that way. But some way, somehow, he found out about the Most High, man. The scriptures don't say how he found out about the Lord, and, he been praying and stuff. So we don't know how he found out. But somehow he found out about the Most High, and Lord sent an angel to him, bro. He was praying. Now, him praying, obviously he had to know the name of the Most High, right? Cornelius hadn't been heard of Jake say the name of the Lord, Yahweh, right? He heard that, believed that, did what he did, whatever, But yeah, man, he wasn't an actual Gentile or a heathen. Okay, Cornelius was one of the descendants of the patriarch Jacob, right? One of the 12 sons. So for Brother Hassad to get on camera and say what he said, these guys are just purposely being demons. Okay, but guess what? They're still alive, man. Do you know how terrifying it is that in the last days of the last days, you bug out, okay? With all that's going in the world, you just bug out for temporary pleasure, man. Temporary fame, money, right? The love of money, as Paul said, is the root of all evil, man. Drive a man insane, okay? These guys have changed the doctrine, changed their stance. At the last hour, brother. Crazy, right? But hey, that's their life. And they're going to continue to lead the blind, right? As Yahweh said, blind lead the blind, going to both fall into the ditch, man. And them guys are low level, okay? All that damn talking that they be doing, just a bunch of words. Deacon Hakar, Brother Hassad are two low-level niggas, man. When it comes to these scriptures, they're low level. How the hell you read Acts 10 and say, boy, come on, bro. But they know the truth, or they once knew it, but the Lord took it from them. He took it from them, man. Them guys bugged out, okay? They are bugged out, right? But hey, do your thing, man. Fulfill your lots. Because here, in the very, very near future, man, society is going to change, okay? Things are going to get bad, right? Real bad. 2 Edges 15, 2 Edges 16. And you better believe, and you better know that the Most High will judge. Okay, Jake? You can play around in Israel, you know, whatever. Because a lot of you Jakes in Israel really don't know what you're doing. Okay? You calling yourselves prophets and teaching the Bible just all wrong. Right? Some of you are just so terrible at teaching the Bible, bro. A lot of you are. Terrible. Okay? Just watched a video. A guy who was a part of GOCC talking about Lucifer falling out of heaven. He said God kicked him out of heaven because he was over the music and he wanted to be like the Most High. I'm like, yeah, this is just too much. It's too much, man. But of course, it's GOCC. They're talking about demons under the pyramids of Egypt, mermaids, right? All this mystical Disney Channel ass shit, right? You know, this is crazy. Mermaids. This is madness, okay? Jake is crazy, bro. But hey, everybody got their lots, man. Everybody got their lots, brother, because, oh my goodness. Now you got the IUIC selling bug out bags, okay? But for what? A bug out bag for what? Come on, man. Now, I'm not saying, you know, they're wrong to have some stuff, but y'all selling bug out bags. And everything else y'all selling, you know, y'all have made the word of the Lord, you know, merchandise the word of the Lord, okay? It's crazy. But you guys are selling bug out bags, man. And people are buying them, you know? Hey, we trust in the Lord, man. The Lord promised that we're going to eat. How he going to do it, we don't know. But this is the Most High we talking about. Ain't nothing too hard for the Lord. Nothing, okay? See, our forefathers back in the wilderness, all right, that was questioning the Most High, right? Even though they saw all the power, the miracles that the Lord did, Jake still was doubting the Most High. Amazing, okay? Amazing. How crazy can you be? It's a chariot right there, brother. Right there in your face, okay? You see it. It's there in the day. It's a light at night to give you light through the wilderness. And Jake still complains, still this, still that, you know, just our people are crazy as hell. But in the wilderness, Jake doubted the Most High, man. Okay? They was questioning if he could provide food for them. Okay? If you go here to Psalm 78, right? And I'm gonna grab it real quick here. Um, yeah, so I'm starting at verse 14, and I'll read down to verse. Oh man, all this is good. I'm gonna just read, right? So this is Psalms chapter 78 and verse 14. It says, "In the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire." Those are from the chariots, man. Okay? That Yahweh Shah was in, by the way, whom you call Christ, right? The Lord always been there, man, for Jake. Okay? He always been there for Jake. And he saw how hard-headed Jake was, man. Okay? So he wasn't surprised when he came on earth, and was born of Joseph and Mary, and dealing with the wicked scribes and Pharisees. He already knew what was up. Jake is crazy. Okay? But it says, he clave the rocks in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of the great depths. He brought streams also out of the rock and caused waters to run down like rivers. And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness. So the Lord is, so we're doing great things for our forefathers, man. Great things. Jake kept on messing up. Kept on, doing what Jake do. This is nothing new, what we're seeing. Okay? Jake gon' Jake. That is what it is, bro. Jake gonna mess up everything. Jake gonna mess up everything, right? So they tempted the Lord, sin more. It says, and they tempted the Most High in their heart by asking meat for their lusts, right? Yea, they spake against God. They said, can God furnish a table in the wilderness? So they questioned the Most High, man. And so many words saying, can he provide us food, right? This is what it says about the Most High, bro. They said, can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Basically tempting the Lord, right? You should have that mentality here in these last days, man. Never doubt the Most High on what he can do, right, what he can't do, okay? That was our forefather mistake, man. Speaking against the Most High, scoffing, mocking, doing everything, okay? And that generation died off in the wilderness. The Most High gonna provide, man, okay? All we gotta do is seek the kingdom and the Most High's righteousness. And he's gonna add everything to us, as Yahweh Shai said here in the scriptures. Matthew 6:25, right? It says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? So the Lord is saying, right? Don't be, worrying, okay, about food, about water and clothing. Don't be worrying, man. Because worrying now, but especially in the time of that mark of the beast, man, worrying can lead you to taking the mark. Okay? Because you're, caught up in the flesh and, you're used to big meals all the time, right? because you got a gluttonous mindset, that might drive some people crazy, man. Okay? You got to be careful, bro, and trust in the Lord. Okay? He's saying, don't take no thought on these things. Now, ain't nothing wrong, brother, if you got extra water at home or some extra food at home. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But we ain't putting our trust in that. Okay? Because there's no guarantee that you can have access to your home when all hell break loose, man. Okay? You won't have a home when the market of the beast is here. How you gonna pay for stuff? Huh? How? And look, hey, in order to pay your rent, you have to have the MOTB to pay your rent. Okay? This is no joke, man. It's gonna take full trust in the Most High, right? It says, behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are you not much better than they? We are. Okay? The Lord can provide for the animals and feed them. Surely he can feed us, man, and give us what we need. Okay? Think about in the scriptures, man, when the Lord teleported the prophet Habakkuk to the lion's den where Dan was at. And gave him some food. Can you imagine seeing that, bro? Can you imagine seeing that? Okay? Bro, come on, man. That's the God that we serve. Bro, he teleported Habakkuk to the lion's den. He gave Daniel some food, man. Most High provided for Daniel. Okay? Hey, brothers, if we remain faithful, okay? We stay diligent, remain faithful, bro. We're going to see some great things from the Most High, bro. And we're going to have our testimonies, right? Or the angels popping up, okay? Brother performing miracles and multiplying food, man, as your Yahushua did. That's going to be mind-blowing, okay? And in that time, there won't be no doubt that the Lord is with us, man. There will be no doubt. When the angels show up, brothers performing miracles, man, great things happening, okay? No doubt then, we'll all know that the Lord is truly with us, bro, okay? But that account with Habakkuk bringing food to the prophet Daniel, man, that's a, brother, that's a heavy account, okay? That's a heavy account, man. The angel teleported, bro, that is, bro, that's mind-blowing. Just reading is mind-blowing, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it, because I love that account, bro. Hey, look, bro, the Lord came through, bro. He came through for Daniel, man. And you can imagine how Habakkuk felt, bro, when he got snatched up by that angel. But you can imagine how he felt, right? So you go here, right? This is Bel and the Dragon, okay? Bel and the Dragon, and verse 33. It says, at that time, the prophet Habakkuk was in the land of Judah. He had cooked a stew and crumbled bread into it. He was carrying a bowl of it to the workers who were out in the fields harvesting grain. When an angel of the Lord spoke to him, take the food you are carrying and give it to Daniel, who is in Babylon in a pit of lions. Habakkuk answered, sir, I have never been to Babylon, and I don't know where the pit of lions is. So Habakkuk like, man, I don't know where Babylon at. And I definitely don't know where's a lion pit at. Okay, a lion den, right? And so since Habakkuk didn't know, this is what happened. It says, so the angel grabbed the prophet by the hair and took him to Babylon with the speed of the wind. Brother, that's called teleportation. That's called teleporting. He grabbed him. hey, hey, you can imagine how, bro. You can imagine how Habakkuk felt, bro. Real talk. In an instant, he was back in Israel, right? You know, bro, in an instant, he was in Babylon. That's the God that we serve, man. That's the God that we serve. We shouldn't doubt the Most High, bro. We got so many accounts of the power of the Lord, man. There's nowhere in the hell you should be doubting the Lord and what he can do, bro. One thing you don't want to do in the faith, brother, is limit the Most High to your small human understanding and power. Don't do that, brother. Okay, the Most High, not us, right? He don't have backaches and shit. Okay, he don't have migraines. Okay, the Most High is powerful beyond what we can conceive or even know. Okay, so the angel took Habakkuk to Babylon. It says with the speed of wind. He was, bro, come on, bro. And you think the Lord can't save us out of crazy situations? If the angel can instantly take Habakkuk from Israel to Babylon, okay, which is a long way, by the way, right? On foot, it's a long way. Matter of fact, hey, that's a long way anyway. To Babylon, to the land of Israel, bro, there was a long walk. Jake had a long walk, bro, on foot, okay? The angel took him there instantly. It says, so the angel grabbed the prophet by the hair and took him to Babylon with the speed of the wind. He sat him down near the pit of lions. Habakkuk called out, Daniel, Daniel, God has sent you some food. Here, take it. When Daniel heard Habakkuk, he prayed, the Most High, you did remember me. You never abandoned those who love you. So when Daniel was hungry in the lion den, man, when he was hungry, okay, the Lord snatched up Habakkuk from the land of Israel, bro, and brought Daniel some food. Now, the Lord could have easily had a Jake who was already in Babylon, right? Bring Daniel some food, okay? He could have got a Jake, you know, to sneak in or whatever, right? To get Daniel some food. But no, he did it this way to show his power, man. And so Daniel thanked the Most High because he provided for him in his time of need, man, in his time of want. So guess what? Reading these kind of accounts gives you hope that, hey, look, if I'm in a terrible situation, right, especially when the mark of the beast comes here and we can't buy things or, you know, whatever, how will we eat? How will we do these things, right? The Lord gonna come through for his elect. So Daniel said, God, Yahweh, you did remember me. You never abandoned those who love you. How do you show your love to the Most High, man? By keeping his commandments, by repenting, okay? By humbling your soul. Those things are pleasing to the Most High, man. Caring for one another, right? That's pleasing to the Most High, man. But humility, okay? Keeping the commandments. That's how you show your love to the Most High, bro. And so, because you are doing those things, the Most High gonna provide you with what you need. It says, then he got up and ate the meal, and God's angel immediately took Habakkuk home. So the angel teleported Habakkuk there to Babylon. Habakkuk gave Daniel the food, and the angel took Habakkuk right back instantly. You can imagine how Habakkuk felt that day. He probably was tripping. he, he probably was at home tripping, bro, like, whoa, y'all won't believe what happened to me today, right? he gonna tell Jacob what's going on, but the prophets, man, bro, that's wild, okay? But the point being, I mean, reading this account is that when we need things, the Lord can do whatever to bring it to us, man, to get us what we need, as Yahweh Shai is saying here in Matthew chapter 6, okay? So it says, verse 27, which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? So, if the Lord can provide for the birds, right, the grass, all these things, how much more us, bro? You cannot doubt the Lord, man. Don't do that. Have the faith, trust that what the Lord is telling us, he's going to do it, man. That's pleasing to the Most High, right? Like Abraham. The Lord told Abraham, look, Abraham said, look, Lord, I ain't got no seed, I ain't got no kids. All I got is Eleazar in here, he's going to be my heir, man. Most High showed Abraham the stars. Told him, look, if you can count the stars of heaven, so shall thy seed be. It said Abraham believed in Most High, right? He believed in Most High, man. He had no kids at the time. And the Most High counted to him for righteousness, okay? Because of his faith, man, his trust, okay? Look, brother, we got to have the same kind of faith, man, all right? It tells you in Romans chapter 4 how Abraham was strong and that he didn't stagger. You know what? I read it real quick. Romans chapter 4, man. Romans 4, and I'll start at verse 19, right? So this is about Abraham. It says, Romans 4:19, and being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. He staggered not at the promise of the Most High through unbelief, but was strong in faith, giving glory to Yahweh. So it says he didn't stagger, right, at the promise of the Most High through unbelief. Because when you unbelieve, you're doubting, and you start to stagger. You don't know, you're not for sure, okay? You can't be like that, brother. Now, do we all deal with certain doubts? And yes, we do. We're human, okay? But guess what? You got to keep praying, man. And that's the Heavenly Father to strengthen you here in the inward man, okay? And as you live your life and go through things, man, okay, the Most High work in your life, you see, the blessings of the Lord, okay, certain things happen in your life, bro, certain situations, it draw you not to the Most High, man. And it shakes the doubt, it shakes the unbelief, okay? And it gives you more surety that the Lord is with you, man, okay? By the things that's happening around you, man, in your life, okay? So Abraham didn't stagger through unbelief. It says, but was strong in faith, giving glory to the Most High. That's how we got to be, man. We got to be stronger in our belief, okay? In 1 John chapter 5, it tells us that through our faith, we're going to overcome the world. So guess what? That's our way out, man. It's believing in the Most High. Okay? That's the only way out. So it says, and being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was able to perform. Okay? So Abraham was fully persuaded that what the Lord told him, the Most High could do it. The Lord told us stuff too. Do you believe the Most High can do it, man? And that's going to be your battle. Okay? Do you believe, are you fully persuaded that the Most High can do what's written? Ball in your court, man. Ball in my court, right? Hey, look, man, when Yahweh Shah was healing people, what he say? Be it according to your faith, man. And they believed, and they were healed. But it was because they believed, man. They trusted that Yahweh Shah could heal them, right? Like the centurion, man. He said, look, he told Yahweh Shah, look, man, you ain't got to come to my house. Just say it. I believe that you can do it. That is impeccable faith, man. And that's how we got to be, okay? We got to be strong like Abraham. Trusting that, look, the Lord said he's going to give us food, going to give us water, he's going to give us clothing, protection, right? You said it. Do you believe it? That's your battle, right? It says, verse 22, and therefore it was imputed to him for righteousness. Now, it was not written for his sake alone that it was imputed to him, but for us also, to whom it shall be imputed if we believe on him that raised Yahweh Shai, our Lord, from the dead. You believe in the Most High, man. None of us has, seen the miracles of our forefathers, right? With the miracle that happened to our forefathers, for the Most High, right? But guess what? The Lord has performed a miracle by giving you this word, which let us know that he's true, that he's real, man. Yahweh Shai being raised from the dead is us getting the word. The resurrection happened. If it didn't happen, we wouldn't get the word. So Yahweh Shai rose from the dead, the Most High rose him up, and we got the word, man. Okay? You got to trust, man, in the Most High, bro. Look, man, if you look, I don't know what the hell your head is, but just look around you at creation. The world is beautiful, man. This is the Most High work, okay? I love nature. I love creation, man. You see the power of the Lord in it. There's so much variety, man. So many colors, so many scents and smells. The abilities of these animals, bro. It's mind-blowing. You know that a higher power, a higher intelligence put these things together, man. And how nature works in one to perfection, all right? For the Most High code, But hey, if you are doubting, you got some whatever going on with your brother, pray to the Most High, ask the Most High to help out your unbelief, man. Your doubt, okay? This is the father of the child who had the demons on him, right? The spirits on him. He told Yahweh Shai, he said, Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief, right? So that, that's a true thing, man. You can believe, but still have some unbelief in you, in you, okay? Ask the Lord to help your unbeliefs, man. Help your doubts, you got to pray, okay? You got to pray, keep on grinding, keep on fighting, bro. Look, the Lord would do it, brother, okay? The Lord would do it, man. I don't Lord it work, look, but the Lord will work miracles in my life, bro. Okay? Brought me out of strange situations, right? Strange situations, Sometimes you go through stuff, man, you question shit like, man, It happened, brother. Damn, but I don't know, you know. But you shouldn't be like that, man. Trust in the Most High, bro. Just pray, okay? And if you know, if you're of that number, you know the Lord loves you. He will come through for you, man. All right. If you've been obedient to the word, Most High will perform that miracle for you, man. He'll do whatever you need, you know, happen. He'll do it, okay? But you gotta believe, be committed. So it says, but for us also, to whom it shall be imputed, if we believe on him that raised Yahweh our Lord from the dead, who was delivered for our offenses and was raised again for our justification. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, okay? Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, for saving us from our offenses, okay? Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness, right? Look, brother, we really don't understand, okay, how much the Lord, you know, spare us throughout the day, man. We got to give thanks to the Lord even more. Praise, man. You know? Because oh my goodness, bro, we could be out of here. We could really be out of here, man. But the Lord spare us and show us great mercy that we don't even understand. You know? But we know it's mercy because we're still here. We know the Most High showed us mercy because we're still here, bro. It's grace. All right, but we really don't understand how much the Lord is sparing us, bro. He's sparing us, bro, because of Yahweh Shai. And you got certain Israelites who have a problem with honoring Yahweh Shai, bro. What is wrong with you guys, man? But hey, whatever, you know, that's your lots, man. But anyway, I'm gonna close out here, bro. I'm gonna head to the crib. I'm getting a little late, bro. I gotta take care of some stuff, but I pray it was edifying, man. Keep fighting, keep pushing out there, bro. Keep praying for one another, which is good. Pray for one another, bro. You claim to be a righteous man, you know, the Lord is with you, all these things. Okay, then pray for brothers then. Oh, you know, hey, who that is? James said that, right? Maybe the Lord will hear you, brother, you know, because you so righteous. And you so holy, brother. Maybe the Lord will hear you, all right? But here we go. And then I'm gonna head out. James 5:13 says, is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Pray. Is any merry? Let him sing songs. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let them pray over him, anointing him in the name of the Lord. And the prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. So, from the righteous prayer, man, to the Lord, it can do a lot for a brother, bro. So it's good to pray, okay? It's good to pray for brothers, man. Some brothers got doubts, you know, like some brothers, you know, whatever. But it's good to pray for brothers, bro. James said, you praying for them can not only heal them of their sickness, but also of certain sins that they have committed. That's powerful, bro. So our prayer, man, our words carry weight, whole weight, man. As it said, we made the sacrifices of our lips to the Lord, right? Or the calves of our lips, you know? So pray for brothers, man. Keep your head on straight, brother. We see what's going on in the world, all right? World War III is brewing, okay? Ain't gonna happen just yet, but it's brewing, right? But we know that this new financial system got to be set up, okay? The new control grid, right? Known as the mark of the beast, which it's an actual implant, you know, of the chip, but it's gonna be a whole system, man, that we gotta prepare our minds for to be uncomfortable, right? It's gonna be very uncomfortable, but hey, it is what it is, man. We gotta get through hell, as Paul said, right? through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom, man. So things got to get bad, really bad, right? But guess what? At the end of this darkness, man, it's the kingdom of heaven. So we right there, bro. Just, hey, look, bro, just keep the faith, man. All right? So I close up with there, brother. Our praise your how by Shemel Shai. Double honor to the apostle. That was a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Keep fighting, keep pushing out there, man. Shalom.